To business news now. We go over to Mike Eppel, and I feel like we've done this chat before, and this is a look at the markets now in response to these tariffs potentially being imposed on more Chinese goods. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Melanie. U.S. President Donald Trump saying last night that they're looking at an additional tariff on about $200 billion worth of Chinese items, and this on top of the $50 billion that's already been targeted. China immediately sending out signals that they will retaliate in due kind. And you know, the markets hate this talk because we're talking about the two biggest economies in the world and potentially damage to the global economic growth picture. And it's partly as well the uncertainty about all of this. Investors hate that. So what do? They hit the sell button on stocks, and we're right now looking at a drop for the Dow Jones of about 300 points in the initial trades this morning. Again, this is the preview to what will happen on the markets today, potentially. Wall Street's already coming in on a 5-day losing streak for the Dow specifically, and in danger of dropping to below break even for the year with a drop of more than 300 points today. The TSX, meantime, is a different story. All of a sudden, it's one of the best performing G7 equity markets. It's been up on multiple occasions so far this month and starts the day within 50 points of its all-time record closing high. Gained 69 points yesterday. Lots of strength in the shares of Bombardier, for example, which hit a 4-year high on talk that Bombardier is set to get some more orders for its C-Series aircraft, which are 50% owned by Airbus, but nevertheless could help Bombardier's fortunes. We also saw lots of strength in the energy sector there yesterday, even though the price for oil isn't doing all that much. In fact, it's sliding to below $66 per barrel. Now, one item that is not going to be targeted in this Trump versus China trade war, apparently products from Apple, which are made in China. But Apple CEO Tim Cook says he has received assurances from the White House that Apple products will not be subject to any additional tariffs. So kind of interesting how it's playing out on specific products. But when we're talking about a company the size and scope of Apple and its economic magnitude, it's not a big surprise that it would be exempt. Canadian dollar is trading at a 1-year low this morning and accelerating to the downside in the early going, dropping about 1/3 of a cent. It was down more than 1/2 cent yesterday, and right now indicated to start at around 75 1/3 cents U.S. The Canadian dollar is basically caught in the crossfire of all of this. Everybody all of a sudden wants the U.S. dollar again. Canadian dollar limping lower on risk assessment that this trade thing will get expanded and hit Canada's economy at some point in the not-too-distant future. That's it from here. We'll send it over to Devo. Good morning, Devo.
Good morning, Mike. Thanks so much.